What's going on, people? This is Jonathan Lacey, and I'm joined here with my co-host Isaac. Isaac, tell the people what's going on, man.
What's up, people? Good to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And today, guys, we are here with a special guest, and I'm really excited for this episode. I know Isaac, when I told him, who we
Mhm.
got to come on, he was like, "No way, man!" Like, like that's hype. So, yeah, man. Like we are joined here today by Monte, and um, for the people that probably don't know Monte yet, man. Like, guys, I'm gonna just tell you right now, this guy's music is top tier. Like, if you love real hip hop, like storytelling, this is your guy right here. Monte, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Definitely looking forward to this. Definitely excited, man. Thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we dive into the podcast, guys, I just want to say if you are enjoying this content, make sure that you are following us, and we are dropping weekly now. And guys, just give us a 5-star rating if you appreciate it. If you appreciate this content, help us grow, and just to keep getting out here to the people, guys. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this podcast, man. So my first question for you, Monte, is what led to you making music? Like tell us about your story. Where did this come from?
What led me to start making music was my older brother putting me on to Illmatic, which is
Mm,
Nas' debut album. I guess my older brother, he would be 15. One of my older brothers, I have a lot of brothers. One of my older brother, he would be 15 years older than me. I think about 15, maybe 15, maybe 18 years older than me.
Mhm.
So he put me and my other brother that's closer to me in age onto like just a lot of his old stuff. But it started with Illmatic, and from there, that's when I started writing my first lyrics.
mm,
And from there, I started diving into a lot of just music around that era because Illmatic came around about 94. So I dove
right.
into Reasonable Doubt, some early AZ, some, what else? Rakim. Just
Rakim,
like
yeah.
yeah, Rakim, yeah. It's almost like I started like playing catch up with just all the music around that era that just was coming out. A lot of Most Def, Black
Mm.
Star, yeah. So that's what led me to first writing my first set of lyrics was Illmatic.
So it's funny that you reference Nas, because like that's actually one of my favorite artists, man. Isaac, he'll tell you,
Oh yeah.
like, in college we that's I used to have Nas bumping, man. So
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
and I just find it funny how this man's like he's over 50 now, and he's still putting out heat, man. So like it's just it's just awesome just to hear that that's what inspired you, man, to really go down that path.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, especially, I guess you could say that even like the storytelling aspect of a lot of his songs. I guess you
Hmm.
could say kind of like I guess seeped into what I'm doing now with recaps.
Right.
What
Mhm.
part of what I'm doing now with the recap. So yeah, and as far as like developing or creating a beginning, middle, and end to verses and songs overall. So yeah, Nas was definitely a huge inspiration with what I'm doing.
Yeah. See, if for the younger people out there that are listening to this, if, if you have not listened to Nas, do yourself a favor and check him out, man. All right, like you will not be sorry, and I promise you,
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, especially with his earlier work, man, from the
Yeah,
beginning.
man.
Mhm.
Yeah, from the beginning. Yep.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
dope.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac, what you got, man?
Yeah. So Monte, again, like thank you for being on this podcast, man.
Sure.
I've recently been exposed to your work, and I gotta say, like, your recaps are amazing, bro.
Thank you.
Like just with the storytelling, the flow, bro. That they're amazing. You going
Thank
places.
thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, brother. But my question, so you kind of told us about your story, and like how you got introduced to music, but what's your current like motivation for like making music? Like what kind of keeps you doing it?
What keeps me, I guess, on a consistent basis is, I guess you would say, discipline. Something I really am hammering down now. It's not necessarily motivation, but I guess when I get like certain comments like, "Yo, this music is tight," that's motivation. But the discipline of it now to just keep it consistently coming out. Something I had to learn the hard way is that, once you have somebody's ear, you can be easily forgotten, especially in today's world. You can be easily forgotten. People's attention span go like that. There's always somebody else trying to, fight for the crowd's attention. So
Mhm.
what keeps me releasing like daily is just like just trying to just fully capture everybody's attention and not just letting go of any eyes that's watching me at the current moment. So yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely discipline over motivation, I would say. I just don't want to let that go, because like right now the momentum is really, really on moving forward, and I don't want to let up at all with that.
Bro, I like that. Like discipline is truly important, especially if there's like certain goals you have, or just you're pursuing something you love. It can be easy to not want to do it or not want to get up and make those musics, but you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to really do it. If you want to go somewhere.
yeah. I definitely surprised myself. I used to think making a song a month was work. Then I used to think making a song a week was work, and now like I'm dropping something every day, and it's crazy how like you can just really create a new standard for yourself if you just test and push the limits.
Yeah,
And now if I don't drop something, even not in if I let a day, let alone 2 days go by without dropping anything, I feel like, damn, I'm really being lazy right now. So
Mhm.
I like really create that new standard. And I like surprising people because it's like, damn, this guy's dropping something every day. How the hell is he doing this? And just
Facts.
maintaining that quality with the consistency, I think is something a lot of people um miss, I guess, don't pay attention to.
that's facts, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like, and I feel like that speaks volumes for your work ethic too, man. Because just being able to do that daily, not too many guys are going to do that. Like like you said, some people will just put out once a week and they'll be like, all right, like that's good, and that, like you said, is so easily to get lost.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. And you can lose faith easily. Like you can lose like you could be like, "Oh man, is this even worth it? Like nobody's
Mm.
watching me. I'm doing all this work right now." But like if you just like it sounds cliche, but if you have just a little bit of faith and you just keep that consistency going, like right now I have it's I mean, it's so crazy. I have a YouTube short that's about to reach 100,000 views right now.
That's
And I
wild.
must have dropped this
Wow.
like maybe 2 months ago, maybe
Mm,
2 or 3 months ago. And now it's just about to reach 100,000. And now it's just keep going. And now it's getting my subscribers. I'm like, this is something I released from 3 months ago, like maybe probably even more. But I kept releasing every day. And now people from that video are coming to my shorts like, yo, this dude has a whole volume of content.
Mhm.
I thought
So
it's Isaac. Yeah.
I was, dude. I was like, it just keeps going. It's not stopping.
yeah, yeah. So like that, like that's something I really had to like learn. Don't like it's Yeah, that's something I really had to learn was consistency. I didn't know what consistency was until what I'm doing now. Like this
Mhm.
is consistency. Like literally releasing like something has to be released every day just to keep just new eyes coming in my direction, and the eyes that are already set on me to keep them there or whatever. Just to, there's always somebody else fighting for that attention, so I can't let up until like there's something set in stone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's a sport. It's a sport, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And so with all of this, with your story, because you told us that you wrote your first rhymes like when you were like probably what, 6, 7, you said.
Oh no, I was no, this would have been I was 13 when
So about okay, 13,
when
my
I
bad.
first hit Omatic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, so like, all right, well, so with that though, were was that a skill? Was rapping a skill that you had always had, or was that a skill you had to develop?
No, I definitely had to develop. I guess writing maybe, because what I was so fascinated about the way Nas, and then when I kind of delved deeper into Rakim's work, their like ability to rhyme multiple syllables within bars. So
Hmm.
I really took that to the extreme. I was making literally every syllable rhyme, and that's very extreme because something I really had to learn was recording, like getting my recording voice down, like learning how to record in the booth. And if you make your raps way too wordy, it takes away from the listening experience for the listener. Like it sounds like you're reading off. It sounds like you're reading 1,000 words a minute if you make your raps too wordy.
Mm.
So the recording process, really learning how like flow and delivery are just as important as making words rhyme. The listening experience has to be good for the listener, like easily digestible.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, man, like that's because I know there's some people, man, where like who was it? Oh man, I think it was like Kendrick, I believe, and he was featured on a song, and they were like, yeah, it was like you need some time to write, and he was like, nah, man, like I'm good, and like he said, I got it. Like it took him like 3 minutes, and he didn't even have anything written down. So like,
Nice.
have you? So with that though too, like, is that something that, hey, like you're going to stick with what works best for you, or are you going to sit there and be like, hey, like I'm gonna spit off the dome and just like keep going, like because I know some guys I don't know that's something that they want to work towards, and other
Yeah,
times it's
yeah. No, I definitely know my strengths and weaknesses. I cannot freestyle. I wish I could freestyle, but yeah, I cannot freestyle. I'm more of a writer.
yeah.
Now there's certain days where like lyrics just come to me easily, like
Hmm.
sporadically, where it's like, how is this so easy today? But then like 3 days from that time, I'll have to spend like maybe an hour or 2 hours writing just a verse or whatever, just struggling to get it out. But yeah, definitely knowing my strengths and weaknesses. That I can't freestyle. I'm just more of a writer. What I like the writing process, I really enjoy because I really like. I treat writing lyrics like putting pieces to a puzzle together. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
finding out like how to, with the puzzle, you put the pieces together, you create a picture for the viewer to see. So I treat like my verses like that. I want to like try to, it's cliche to say, but paint pictures with my words. So I make sure I pick the right words and I'm not rushing it or whatever. Yeah.
See, I respect that though,
Yeah.
because like that you can tell the time and effort that went into that, and when it finally comes together, it's poetry in motion.
Yeah. And it definitely takes like I guess working on the craft over and over and over again to
Mhm.
where the process becomes like quicker and sort of, I don't know, predictable is the right word, but it becomes like especially now where I know like I make sure to write at least a verse a day.
Mm.
And no matter how long it takes me, I know eventually I'm gonna get it done. It's almost like I may be struggling with like two more bars of a verse. I'll just take a break from it, and I just like have faith that these two bars will come to me within later in the evening or whatever. I just know it's like almost just having that trust with the process.
See, man, that's spoken like a true artist. Oh,
For
man, like
sure.
that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it truly is, man. Because like being able to, I guess, not take yourself so seriously to the point to where it's like I got to get it all done right now. I have to give all this effort to get it done now. It's more so like, you know what, I'm gonna let the process happen. I'm gonna like let my brain kind of do what it needs to do to kind of get me to that point. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Definitely trusting the process, and like it's yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's a special word for it, but just having that faith, it will happen. Like it will happen. Maybe there's a word that another artist will coin maybe in the future or something. Maybe it already is. Yeah.
Hey man, it's that confidence. I like
Yeah.
it. um, but I guess kind of going into that, you know, when it comes to creating a story, kind of like getting the like setup for just for your song. Um, we can definitely see that like, you know, anime is definitely kind of like a big influencer for that. So like How much does anime, I guess like play into your music, into like your different styles?
Yeah, it's definitely now more than ever because years ago I started making AMVs just for like my personal music because I have like 8 other albums. I have 2 Spotify's, and on one Spotify is just for my personal music, and then the second Spotify is for my anime raps.
Mm,
So for my personal music, I will like I started creating AMVs, like anime music videos, and
Mm.
always like was fascinated with. I don't know if you know the anime Samurai Champloo. I don't know if you
Yep.
are where
absolutely,
you are. Where okay. I remember
absolutely.
when I first watched that, I just thought it was so cool that it was just like hip hop music with anime. And I was like, man, this just looks cool.
Mm.
Like, especially with samurai fighting scenes with just that lo-fi boom bap type sound. And I just something I always wanted to do for myself. And my brother kind of showed me how to do that years later. So I started doing that for my personal music. And then I started doing like anime breakdowns because I always wanted to. I remember watching a teacher break down the movie Lion King, and he's a psychologist, and I thought it was so cool the way he broke down Lion King to where like it was so much more than just a kids movie or whatever. Like the way he broke it down, it was so like a deeper meaning to it. So I was like, man, I want to do that for anime. So I started doing that, and I realized there was a lot of YouTubers doing that. I was like, damn, these YouTubers getting popular just breaking down anime. And I was like, oh, okay. Or like giving a quick synopsis of it. So I started doing that for a while. And then I was like, I'm not really getting much satisfaction out of that. So I was like, what if I rapped a recap or rapped a breakdown? Like, what if I did that? And first I thought it was I thought it was cringe to maybe do that. I was like, what if people might find that cringe?
Mm,
I thought it was cool, but I thought people might find it cringe. But at this point, I've like experimented so much with my music. Another experimentation is like nothing now. Like
yeah,
I've
Yeah.
taken so many chances with my music. I was like, all right, well, if somebody doesn't like this or if they don't like this is just another experimentation in the bucket to toss out or whatever. But when I released my first rap recap, I was like, oh, people were responding like, yo, this is dope. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna start making more of it. Then I started really getting into the motion of things, like what works, what doesn't work, and like what people enjoy most of the rap recaps. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just find out. I'm finding out what people like, and now I'm just gonna go full force with that. And now, like, now it's really like really taking off as far as like relatively taking off.
Yeah,
But
bro.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
again, like I just got exposed to you, and I mean, I can tell you, like a lot of people I know would definitely like love that kind of music, and like the way, like I think like your pacing is like really good whenever you're kind of like breaking down each scene and kind of like summarizing everything. Like I think you've really done a great job with figuring that out, and then also like great job on you just kind of taking a risk and experimenting to see
mhm.
what works. 'Cause, I mean, that takes a lot of courage and like a lot of just having confidence in your work, and then just doing what you personally like to do. So that's dope.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like because I feel like for me, what that tells me, like you're not afraid to fail.
Yeah, yeah. Like this, you have to like, especially as a creative, like you have to take chances. Like
Right.
you have to. If you're scared to move or do anything, like you'll just be stuck in the same position. Like you have to take chances, and the more you take chances, the more you kind of just get numb to like if you might take an L, like you just get numb to it. Like, all right, like I said, what's another experimentation? I've like done so many. I've done tons. I've taken L's and I gained
Mhm.
W's. So what's another one? Like, but yeah.
Right. No doubt. And man, it's just so cool though because I feel like for you, like you were just telling us how there's other people out here that were telling like the deeper meaning behind a scene and in an anime, but I feel like what you're doing right now, obviously people are loving it, and it's like it's speaking for itself, and just seeing the growth that has taken off with it, because I'm sure like for us with anime, seeing how much anime has influenced the culture now in today's world.
Oh
Like when
yeah.
we were growing up, anime, if you watch anime, you was weird.
Yo, yo, that's so funny that you just brought that up. I literally just did a live stream like a couple hours ago.
Oh yeah.
and I did a deep dive into Toonami, and
Oh,
Bro.
I did a deep dive into Toonami, where like back then it was called Japanimation. Like people refer to it as Japanimation. Like and that's when like I talked about like when I started watching, it was not cool to watch anime. Like
no, no.
like if you watch like you can watch Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, but if you watch anime, it's like what is that? Like
Watch that stuff? Huh.
yeah. Like maybe Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, and that's what like there was more everybody watched generally. But if you like, yeah, if
Bro,
you
So you
started
watching
going like,
Naruto? Like what?
bro.
even before that, like Sailor Moon or whatever, like that's
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to go to school the next day after watching, Gundam, and they would be like, "Yo," I'll be like, "Did you guys watch Gundam last night?" And they'd be like, "Who?"
yeah, man, yeah. It was It's definitely not the way it is now, like mainstream. It's almost like you're not cool if you don't know anime. It's like what you need to get up on this, like it's
Exactly.
complete
yeah.
180, complete
And
180.
real talk, we would be considered anime boomers because like, and that's what I refer to because we've seen the rise of anime like over the years,
Oh
and
yeah.
um,
Mhm.
just being with it from the jump and like just gravitating to it has been an amazing thing to see over the years, man. But my question for you though is what are your top 5 animes for like what is Monte's top 5 anime?
So it's only 2 seasons in, but this last season of Vinland Saga officially made it in my top 5. Like
Okay.
I was blown away by season 2 of Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Darker Than Black, I think that's a sleeper. I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I know it's cliche to say, but that anime is amazing. It's
Dude,
amazing.
every episode, I leave people say, "Hey, check out Full Metal Alchemist
He
Brotherhood.
does.
You will not regret it, man. It's
He
beautiful."
Oh, you haven't watched it yet? You
does.
haven't watched it yet, Isaac? You haven't
Oh, no,
watched it?
no, I have, but like after every episode of like our podcast, I tell people like if you want to start an
Okay.
anime,
You told. Oh, okay, got you,
yeah,
got you.
got to do it,
Yeah.
man. It's
Yo,
it's, it's
yeah.
slept on.
Oh my god, it's some. I rewatched it maybe like a year ago. And I'm like,
Yep.
God,
Mhm.
it's amazing. The story is amazing. Okay, so wait, Full Metal Alchemist, Darker Than Black, Vinland Saga. What's another one?
Yeah, is that 2 spots left?
Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy
Yeah.
Bebop. Like
Yeah.
he's one of my favorite characters ever. Cowboy Bebop. Uh, that fourth one is hard. I gotta. I know there's probably one there. It's just not coming to mind at the moment. I'll have to get back to you on the fourth
Okay, no,
spot.
you good. You good.
Yeah.
So and it's funny that you said Cowboy Bebop because like Isaac and I were talking last night, and we were talking about your music, and we were like, we can definitely see the influence a
Mhm.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah.
you know,
Especially
and
yeah.
it's Spike. Yeah, like you said, though, Spike Spiegel is. I would say for me, he's like a top 5 anime character.
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
say, just the way that man is so smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stoic. Yeah, stoic,
Yeah,
smooth. Whatever
yeah.
happens. Yeah. Those are my favorite type of characters in anime. Him. Who's another? Oh, the main character in Darker Than Black. He's stoic. Piccolo. He's one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah.
Just
Mhm.
like yeah. Those are my like some of my favorite type of characters overall.
Nah, that's dope, man. And see, it's funny because I gravitate towards those characters and like Game of Thrones, Jon Snow,
Oh
hands.
yeah. He was my favorite in the Game of Thrones too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
He was the
He's
most
one of my
likable.
favorites.
he was likable, and he of course he was able to do the hard things in a calm manner, and
Hmm.
I respect that. I love that
Yeah.
because most people have to have emotions to go along with it, and doesn't not to knock on that, but it's I feel like for most
Yeah.
people it is hard to draw that line.
He's definitely that type of character where it's like, this needs to get done, and I guess if nobody else is going to do it, I'm here to be the one to accomplish it. There's a little bit of naivete to, well, especially in the earlier part, but there's a little bit of naivete to him, but you could see how he kind of just grew past that as the series progressed.
Yeah, man. That and
And
look,
taking chances too.
I'm just yeah, right, exactly. And I'm gonna just say this too. I know Game of Thrones definitely fumbled the bag with
Yeah,
the
I
end.
was. He should have killed the. He should have killed the Night's King. What was
Yeah.
the White
Oh,
Walker? No,
the
he
Oh,
should have been the one to
I,
kill him, man.
hmm
yeah,
That
that was
really, man. That I was like, what? They almost had like a rivalry, like
right,
those
yeah.
two. I
right.
They
wanted to see that
robbed him,
fight.
man.
Yeah. I
They
They
wanted to
robbed
see
him
that
so
fight.
hard.
they did because don't get me wrong, like Arya too. I liked Arya, but
Yeah.
like you said though, that would have been so much more meaningful and iconic if Jon Snow had been the one to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Especially
Like,
after like what happened behind the wall and all that. I mean, there was just
oh yeah,
so
on the
much
wall, and then
tension.
that stare off when he was on that boat and he just left with forming a pack with the wildlings, and he was on the
Hmm
boat staring away, and
Yeah,
then the White Walker just like raised all the
yeah.
bodies he just killed, and then they just look at each other. That was that's like a meme. Like a lot of people use that for memes now. Like, but like, yo, that was a scene. I was like, you get goosebumps just hearing just the silence and just the water and the boat in the water. It's just like,
I
damn.
was just about to say that. Like when I first saw that scene, like for the very first time, man, that I legit had goosebumps because I was just like the silence. It just
Yeah.
it literally killed you.
Yeah. You just hear the boat in the water, just like with the current.
Oh man,
That was a sad episode.
bro,
Yeah.
yeah, Game of Thrones is just one of those stories that just leaves you feeling just just empty. And speaking of empty, I know because like we while we have you on here, I gotta ask you a quick question. So I know you read Berserk.
I'm reading it currently.
Are you reading? Okay,
I'm reading it. Yeah, that's something I'm reading currently. Oh, don't spoil it.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Have you
I'm definitely.
seen the
Yeah.
'97 anime?
Huh? What you say?
Have you seen the '97 anime?
I so a lot of like because a lot of people request me to do Berserk.
Okay,
I've seen a few episodes of the '90s anime, but
yeah,
I heard they're going to do a reboot of it and they're going to make a rated R version. So I was like, you know what? Let me hold off. I'm gonna wait till the reboot is completely done, and I'm gonna dive into that.
yeah.
That'd be dope.
But
It's
I heard it's a journey. I heard Berserk is a journey.
it is, man. Like Guts is one of those guys. Like in the beginning, you're like, I don't know if I can rock with him.
Oh yeah. Because I'm currently my book. Hold on. My book is
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
you good? Yeah.
So yeah, I just bought the deluxe edition. Wait, let me see if I can the deluxe edition
Yeah, man.
not too
Mhm.
long ago because I wanted to dive into it because I heard the manga is like you know held in high regard. Like it's considered one of the best mangas ever written. So and I can already tell where like just I'm only in the early stages, but I can tell when people say like, "Yo, prepare for the journey." I was like, "Okay, I know what you
Yeah,
mean. I know what you mean."
a lot goes down. But I'm not gonna do that and stuff. But yeah, it's like I want you to be able to really enjoy that. But nah, Isaac, my bad, bro. I had to ask him.
Nah, bro, it was a good question. I mean, there's like a lot of hype around that show, especially just from from like how the writer passed away, and it's like, yo, there's no ending. Like, what's gonna happen? So I mean,
Mm.
it's dope that they're bringing it back, and they're actually gonna like try to finish it out, and finish strong, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man.
Heck yeah,
I'm
man.
looking forward to that reboot. Yeah, you get and from when I'm watching it, they're going to make it rated R. I'm like, good. Like from when I'm reading, I'm like, yeah, you have to make
You
this
have
rated
to.
R. You have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dope. But Monte, so my question is, so like, what animes do you enjoy to like make your recaps for? Because like I saw that like on your Instagram, you had like a lot of variety, but like, are there like certain ones that you enjoy more than others?
Let's see. When I first started doing the recaps, I made this thing where I wanted to pick an anime for each season. I'm gonna do each episode of each for a particular anime, and I did that for Vinland Saga. I did that up to a certain point for Jujutsu Kaisen. But is there a type in anime? I guess I don't know. If there's a because I take a different approach with each. Like for romance animes, I already know what type of music I want to make. If I'm doing a strictly a fighting scene, I like to go like boom bap, like something dark, boom bap, like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I picked sort of the similar type of beats for Jujutsu Kaisen because like those fighting scenes, I
It
definitely
fits,
enjoy
man.
making that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, romance. I do like more like Jay Dilla lo-fi type of sound for romance animes.
Mhm.
For I guess it always depends on the mood of the anime. Like if it's dialogue driven, I'll pick like a quick pace. But if there's action, of course, like boom bap. But yeah, it always depends on the mood of the anime. But what? Yeah, I guess there's not really one that I enjoy most or more.
Mm.
At least not yet. I can't. Yeah, there's not one that I enjoy more or less. Are you talking about the genre or a particular type of or a particular anime?
Like a certain genre mainly.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I can't answer that yet. Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know. I like to switch it up. I like to
Yeah.
like. I don't like doing too much of one genre in a row. So if I may do like two romance animes, and I'm like, all right, let me switch it up. I want to pick a fight scene or like an action scene type of anime, um or maybe like a comedic. I like to switch it up and not do too much of one genre in a row, just to keep the juices flowing, I guess.
Nah, bro, I like that answer, and I don't know, like personally, like I found it funny, like with anime, like the more you watch, like the harder it is to like make like your top five lists or
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
you know,
Man,
because they always come out with something new, or you're just on Crunchyroll and like you found something older. It's like, oh, I haven't seen this before, and then you watch it, and it's like, man, this is just changing my whole perspective of this anime in general. So it's like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what to tell you sometimes. So that's dope, man.
no,
yeah.
it's funny that you say that because like for the people, most people that know me, man, I am a big sports head and stuff, man. Like I love like basketball and football. Those are my two favorites. But I had never seen Kuroko's basketball, and I just started watching it this morning. I'm on the fifth episode already,
I haven't
and
seen that one yet. I haven't seen
That's
that
yo,
one.
good, bro.
that bro, my my man Kuroko, he be dropping dimes, man. Like I was sitting here watching. I was watching it. Like I think it was. I woke up at like 6:30 this morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start this anime real quick. Let
Wait,
me.
is that where the main character name is Kagami or Kogami?
Yes.
It is
It
Kagami
is. Oh,
Taiga.
my
Yeah,
niece loves that anime.
Yeah.
yeah.
My niece, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So I have seen a few episodes of that because I remember she just got into anime recently, and she got me just like, oh, please watch this with me. So I watched it with her, and it's great. And for her, like her birthday just passed, so I got her an anime 3D light with Kogami as the main character.
Yo,
So yeah,
that's
yeah. So,
man.
so I got her
That's
for
sweet.
that birthday. Okay, yeah. So I do know what you're talking about. Right, right. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I seen the first few episodes. I haven't finished it because she wanted me to like finish it with her. So I gotta like go. I gotta go back over to my sister's house to watch it with her.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I, I'm gonna be right there with you, like just on that journey. But it is so far. I like as Isaac. So we did like a couple weeks back. We did a recommendation anime for, like for beginners, and that was one of Isaac's picks. And I started it today, and yeah, Isaac. I just gotta say I
Oh,
was
that
just
was your pick for anime for beginners.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, I definitely have. I think one of my recommendations for like an anime introduction is Death Note. Um,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Erased. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen Erased?
I haven't watched that one yet, but I've
Yeah.
seen trailers.
Yeah, it's a 12, 13 episode. Yeah, I definitely that's one I would recommend for like people who just are fresh to anime or like
Mhm.
outside because Death Note is like one of those because if you don't like if somebody isn't watching anime now, they might have a misconception about. I remember I was talking to this girl and she thought I tried to get her to watch anime with me, and I remember I watched Death Note with her, and she was like, "Wow, this completely changed her perspective on anime." She thought anime was Power Rangers, just a cartoon. Like that's what she thought it was. I was like, "No, there's so many animes that have depth to it, good storytelling. That because Death Note, yeah, y'all seen Death Note? Right? Y'all seen Death
Yeah,
Note?
yeah.
Yeah, like that's like the first episode throws you into a plot like quickly, and I always recommend those type of animes that throw you into a plot or very quickly to because Erased is a detective or a mystery anime, so it throws you into a plot immediately. There's a death, and you want to find out who it is. The Death Note, it makes you ask that question: What would I do if I had the Death Note?
Oh yeah,
And
no doubt.
it's definitely a existential type of question. So that's yeah, I always recommend Death Note as an introduction.
It's so funny because my wife she's actually right. It's so
Huh?
funny because the first like actual like big anime that she ever really watched was Attack on Titan,
Oh, okay.
and she loved it. She
She
loved it.
loved it. Okay, dang, that's what's up. Dang, that's what's up.
But we watched Death Note, and that Death Note, yeah, she's like she's the motion like thumbs down. I think,
Damn, what? She didn't like Death Note?
bro, I think what it was when when he legit took the L. Um,
Oh, okay. Now, okay. I think I know what
I
you go.
think that kind of just dipped
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
her
Mhm.
her
I
expectations.
thought, but did she enjoy it up until he died?
I think she did. Would you say
Okay.
yeah, she did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I okay. I completely agree with that because that really destroyed the show for me. Like, I think they
Mm.
should have maybe just ended it there or something.
I
The
said
way
this.
they continued it, I was like, all right, y'all kind of fishing for a plot here. Who's this other character that's cool with L? Y'all just all right, that's like convenient. Y'all just grab this out of your ass. Like
Yeah, it's a great value L.
just to keep the show going. I hate when shows do that. Like, just don't try to drag it out or whatever. And then when he started having this mental breakdown at the last episode, I'm like, oh God, this is like
It's
it
pretty
completely
cringe.
turned me off at the show. Like he's having a mental breakdown. I'm like, yo, this is not light. What the hell happened?
I-
Like, yeah. The dichotomy between him and L was what like really made that show. And I completely agree. They should have ended it somehow right after he died or something.
that was like one of the best rivalries I would say too, like in anime, man. Like that
Mhm.
was like up until that point, I can see why so many people held Death Note in high regard. And again,
Mhm.
like, I'm with you, Monte. Like I think it's one of those things. That's an anime where it's like, all right, hey, if you want to get started with anime, start with an OG, like an OG shonen, and
Mhm.
like that was, yeah, I'm with you on that, bro.
Yeah, because like if you're not watching anime by now, you probably just think anime is just Super Saiyans, powering up. Like you may just think it's that. But when you watch Death Note, it's like, yo, this is deep. Like, what the hell? This is deep. Like, and like every episode up until, of course, when L died, every episode is like
What's gonna
it's
happen
just
next?
yeah, what's gonna happen? Like, damn, these two are really smart as hell. Like, how is he able to think of that? Like, even hiding the Death Note in his desk is like he's thinking 12. And I like those type of characters too, psychological characters. That Class of the Elite, that's another main character
Yep.
that I like. I did
Good
wait.
old Ayana Koji.
Oh, the third episode made it just dropped. No, that drops Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
because they
third
started
episode.
season 2 recently.
No, it was season 2. I thought it was season 3.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
3. Sorry, yeah, the three. You're right. Yeah, season
Okay.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's I also like those type of characters, psychological characters that they're always thinking ahead and shit. I like those type of
Yeah,
characters.
that's yeah. Like and we can go on and on too with Death
Yeah.
Note. Like that just it is one of those animes. Like again, not kind of like Game of Thrones, fumbled the ending,
Yeah. Yes.
but
Yes.
overall, great show.
Yeah.
Overall.
Agreed. Yeah.
Um, but to kind of switch gears a little bit, though, I have to know who are your top 5 hip hop artists of all time?
Okay. This may be a little bit controversial.
Go ahead.
Lil Uzi Vert. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
I was
joking.
about to say,
I'm
I
joking.
mean,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I mean no disrespect, but yeah, no disrespect. So let's see. This still may be controversial, but Kanye, he's one of my he's definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
Mainly because his fearlessness is something I've always admired. His fearlessness as far as with the music, his willing to take chances. Of course, that bleeds out into what my choices that I make. But his fearlessness and just his sound for music and understanding what's important when making a song or whatever. So him, Nas, Jay, that's typical cliche, I know. Drake, I know that may be controversial. Drake, it's always that fourth slot. Damn, it's always that fourth slot. I was about to say Lupe, but Lupe's no, he's not my. I think Lupe is the best lyricist of all time, but he's not my
Yeah.
favorite as far as like overall rap or artist. But he's I think he's the best lyricist of all time. But that fifth spot, who do I find myself? Oh, maybe I should put Lupe in there. That fourth spot is always hard. All right. Well, for right now, it's those 4. Right now, it's those 4.
It's funny because with Lupe, I still bump Hip Hop Saved My Life.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
and like that's probably one of my favorite songs by
The
him.
storytelling, good storytelling too.
Yeah,
The
right,
storytelling aspect.
right. And,
yeah.
and people that if you've heard that song, like he was actually telling about Slim Thug's like his rise to
Oh,
fame.
really? Oh, that was
Yeah,
about Slim Thug. Oh shit. Damn. Did he reveal that in an interview or?
so I actually went back and
Damn,
I
I'm
think it
disappointed
was
in
like
myself. I should.
it was like a
Damn, that I
behind
don't
the
know that.
scenes. It was like a behind the scenes type deal, and he was like,
Okay.
yeah, like it was actually about Slim Thug's upbringing. In the music video, you look at the wall. There's a picture of Slim Thug on up there too, and
Oh
so
wow. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Damn. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay. Learned
yeah,
something
bro.
new.
I'm a hip hop head, man. Like that's my wife. She can tell you. Isaac can tell you. Like
Yeah.
we, yeah, that's
Yeah. It shows. Yeah, it shows. Damn, I didn't know that. That's cool to know. Yeah, hip hop saved my life is classic in my opinion.
absolutely, absolutely,
I
man.
remember when I first got put on the Lupe Kick Push. I remember
Mhm.
I got home from school and I had to head right back out. I think I had to head to practice or something. And I remember about to head back out to go back to school, go somewhere, and Kick Push came on the TV. This was like I don't know what I forgot what was playing back then, but Kick Push came on the TV, and I remember hearing that sample, and I was like, "Damn, what's that?" Before the even beat drops, that sample, and then he starts rapping. I'm like, "Oh, this shit is." Well, I was like, "Who is this?" I didn't know who that was, but I was like, "Yo, this shit is fire!" Like with the video, the song. And then
Yeah,
from there on, I was like hooked on Lupe. I was like, yo, this dude is nice. And I remember going back. I remember in Spanish class the next day. I was like, yo, have y'all heard of Lupe Kick Push the skateboard rapper? I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Yeah.
There
I
you
still
go.
remember it. Literally
yes.
stopped me in my tracks. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and two, man. Like I know we talked about with Nas at the beginning too, his influence on you. Um, yeah, like guys, again, you haven't like you keep hearing Nas brought up a lot in this conversation. Go do yourself a favor. You haven't listened to him by now. I don't know where you've been at the past 30 plus years, but you need you need you need to do yourself a favor
Yeah.
and yeah, check him out, man. And I know it's funny because I had some Nas bumping one time at I think it was like oh man, because I coached football a couple of years back and I had some Nas playing in the weight room, and it was like, man, Coach Lacey, turn off this old music, man. Like, I was like, what?
I know exactly what you mean too. I know exactly what you mean, how you feel.
I just dropped my mouth. I said, I know this man did not just tell me this is old music, but I guess to them it is. To them it is.
Yo,
So
let me tell you when because let me tell you what because I got put on the not like just like just before I became a freshman in high school, and I remember like, and this was when this is when Jeezy was just when Jeezy right before he dropped Thug Motivation, I think. Jeezy, this one like Lil Wayne was like making a stamp with all the mixtapes and everything, and Carter 2 I think just came out or something. And this is when I started going back into the doing my history. And every time we went somewhere to drive, nobody wanted me to drive because my aux cord would just be all old shit, all old shit. Because I was like, that's all I was listening to. I was in my Nas bag, Rakim, AZ. It was nothing but that. When we were trying to go to like parties or whatever, like, yo, get the aux cord away from this guy. Our cord away from this guy. That's all. That's all. I was like, yo, man, y'all gotta hear these bars.
I know.
Y'all gotta hear this, man.
Y'all missing it. Y'all know what he's talking about.
No, it's like, hold on.
Right.
Before I get out this car, wait a minute, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo, yeah. Whenever we would go to like some like it was like I'm from Philly, but there was a club called Shampoo. And then whenever we would go to this club, nobody like they would keep the aux cord out of mine because we were trying to pull up and play like bumping music. Ain't nobody trying to hear New York State of Mind right now. Like no. Yeah. But I mean that's all jokes. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean though. Exactly what you mean.
Nah, that's yeah, man. And again, like I can sit here, I can talk hip hop like all day, man. And, like I've had a couple guys that I know. He lives in Baltimore and stuff, and he goes by like hip hop's biggest fan, and this dude, just to see him like who he come in contact with now, and he just started out a little YouTube channel, and now this dude,
cool,
people
nice.
from Wu-Tang, and it's wild just to see that. But yeah, like shout out to hip hop's biggest fan. I don't know
That's the name of his YouTube channel.
Yeah, check, and now and on Instagram too.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
He's dope dude. But
That's dope.
Isaac, hit him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna change it up and go back to anime for a little bit.
Sure.
So, have you seen all of Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Okay. What'd you think of the ending?
It's definitely an episode I want to watch again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Attack on Titan. I remember I enjoyed it overall. It's one of those, especially like those last scenes. Attack on Titan is one of those shows. I remember it got it was the season where they really went into his dad's past. As far as like they revealed, huh? So it was season 3. Okay. Where I remember when one of his where you just find out what the Titans were. Or where they stuck the needle on the Eldians. That was like a bit. I was like, oh, these y'all motherfuckers are the Titans. Just with the needle being the jet. And I remember I had to like rewatch those episodes a little bit before that because I was like, wait, this a lot being revealed right now, and it was so much. It was so complicated. Well, for me, it was to like really understand what was happening or the information that was being revealed within that season or a little bit episodes prior to that. Because I remember they would stick the needle, like it was, they would stick the needle in the Eldians and then kick them off the wall. I'm like, oh shit, that's where. Oh wow, and then like even to understand the rift between Marlia and Paradise, like Island, like to understand the rift and like a lot of that was like complicated. I'm like, but why would they do this or why would they, what is like why are they so like whatever? But overall, I enjoyed the last episode. I definitely want to watch it again. But overall, I enjoyed the last episode.
Yeah, it was a lot in that episode. I mean, they really piled in a lot of stuff. So I totally agree with you. Like needing to go back and rewatch it, even like pause it, like because I rewound so many parts. I'm like, well, hold on, wait, what did he say?
Yeah. Especially, I really, what would be cool if they did like maybe a 6-episode short series of what life would have been like if Aaron and Mikasa, if they were to like live in that like house. Remember they had like maybe if they did like a 6 episode just to see if just to tap into that, if that were to happen, what would have like occurred if they maybe just a 6 episode series? Because I was like, cool, it's like, damn, they confessed their feelings for each other, they love each other, and then it was cool to see just a glimpse of that, like what could have been if he decided to like stray away from what he planned to do. Overall, it was just cool to see that, like, and it's cool. At least they had a kiss. They shared a kiss. That's cool. Like it was sad. It was sad. It was sad. Definitely a sad ending.
Yeah. It was. Dang, that was like I mean, it was cool they had a kiss, but it was a sucky kiss though. Like, I just gotta be real with you. Like in in the circumstances,
Yeah. She definitely beheaded him. Yeah.
It's like, I'm about to dice your head off, but let me give you a kiss real quick. All right, let me.
Yeah. And it showed. It showed like a tough decision that overall Aaron had to make, or what his intentions were. Because at first he's like, "Yo, what is up with this dude? This dude is just like." Even then, I kind of still need a little bit of clarity. That's why I got to rewatch it. I need a little bit of clarity of why he was doing what he chose, why he chose to do what he eventually did. I need to probably rewatch it because I need a little bit more clarity. Like what was?
It's funny that you say that, because I was looking through on Instagram how I find out about everything that's going on in anime, or just to expand further, kind of like you're asking for with this. It's funny that I've just found out that they have some mangas about Attack on Titan before the fall.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, they do.
Whoa.
I just found out about that today. I think it's like, I don't know if it's 13, 14 volumes, but yeah. So
cool.
So that's potential right there to give like a prequel, all the leading up to Aaron. Like, so, all right,
making that decision.
Here, this is my mission. This is what I need to do, and so it'll be interesting. I'm like you. I will be very curious to know like why, like what was the deeper meaning behind, like why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's fair. 'Cause, I mean, it seemed like what he did overall, it definitely ended the whole stigma against Eldians. Because I mean, like at that point, like they were like no more Titans. He kind of like ended that. But then it also seemed like he was in a way being manipulated.
Because that was Zeke's goal. He wanted to like kind of euthanize.
Euthanize.
He didn't want it.
Like,
so he kind of that's what I see. I need to rewatch it because he achieved that goal without killing everybody. Yeah. That's why I kind of need to rewatch it. But I know because I remember somebody said because I made a YouTube video talking about that, like where a lot of people would assume Aaron is apathetic, and I'm like, no, he wasn't apathetic, because apathetic means you kind of just you don't care to do anything.
Yeah,
like you just whatever life is life. I'll just do what I'm doing. But he had a purpose, so that's not apathy. Like he has a purpose. Like I'm rewatching Cast. I'm not rewatching. I'm watching Cast. That's not an anime, but I'm watching Castlevania because a fan suggested that I do that. They recommended it. They keep leaving comments. Day 1 recommending Castlevania. Day 2 recommending. I'm like, all right, I got you. But I never gave it a chance. So I'm watching it now. I'm like, oh, this is really good, Castlevania. And Belmont, his character is apathetic in that show. He just doesn't care. Like
Trevor. Wow, man.
Yeah. Oh, so like the first few episodes, I'm on episode like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But he's apathetic. Like he just wants to drink all day. Like he has no purpose. He doesn't care about hunting. He doesn't care about humans. So that's apathy. But Aaron had a goal in mind. He has a purpose. So that's not really apathetic.
Yeah. But I feel like Aaron was probably more so, I would say, self-sacrificing, definitely, and I don't know. It seemed like he just did not care about himself at all. Like he's like, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to make sure my people are good, and then if I have to do something that's bad and die for it, I'm good with it. Essentially.
Yeah. It seemed like he was in a catch-22 type of situation because he like, well, if I don't do this, that is going to happen anyway, and so. And he definitely he came off apathetic. Am I frozen? Y'all good? Can y'all see me?
No,
okay. That's just my computer. He sort of came off apathetic, but that was more like because he was more like numb to what was just everything being happened. Because remember, he had like thousands of years of history just all of a sudden put into his brain. And
Yeah.
he's also processing the future, 1,000 years in the future, 1,000 years in the past. And that can kind of overwhelm you to where you just like, okay, this is just the present. I don't even know what year is it anymore. Like that can kind of make you sort of numb to what's going on, or you see somebody die, you just like, oh, it's just another person. I've seen a million people die within a second. Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. But overall, he did have a purpose that he was trying to achieve or whatever. So,
Yeah. Aaron is wild because I mean, even from the jump, like in episode 1, like that was all, it was all planned, for all, the way things were supposed to go down. And then for him to, I think it was the 3rd or 4th episode in, this dude lets himself get eaten.
oh,
Yeah, because he was trying to save, it was Armin. Yeah, like he pulled like Armin out of that Titan's mouth.
oh
Right.
And then
yeah,
he
that's
got
right.
eaten.
See,
Yeah.
that's like, see, I gotta rewatch that whole series.
Dude, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
so much.
It's a lot.
I gotta rewatch that whole series. I gotta like dedicate like I gotta dedicate myself to. I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, and I forgot about remember when he kissed the damn, what's her name, when she finally claimed the throne, and when he kissed, remember
Historia.
and he kind of just
Historia,
froze, and you didn't know why he froze, and then you realize, oh, all the shit when he kissed her because she has royal blood and all that shit. That's when all the thousands of years have passed and the thousand years into the future. All that shit was just like frozen. He was just like stuck. Like, what the hell did I just see?
Yeah.
Like, and then
that spooked me too. That spooked me.
Man had like a That's So Raven moment,
Oh man! Wow, you brought it back with that one. Damn, I forgot. Damn, that's
funny, man. Oh, all right. So with this talk with Aaron, though, all right, and I have to ask this: was Aaron right? Was Aaron what Aaron did in the end? Did he handle it to the best of his ability?
That's why I got to rewatch it. That's why I have to rewatch, because I have to rewatch it to find out like clearly what like this type of situation or dilemma he was in. Because I think what I'm getting from the gist of it is that he had to make this type of tough decision, because it's almost like it was going to occur anyway. I'm trying to yeah. I kind of have to rewatch it, because what I understand of it is that this was going to happen anyway, but this is the only way that either Marlia was going to take out Paradise, or I got to rewatch it. I can't even answer that like in good faith. Like,
no, and I appreciate you. I appreciate I'm glad you don't give me a BS answer. Yeah. I appreciate that, because there are some people that are like, I don't know about that, and I mean, even for me, like, you just kind of gave me a different perspective to even think about it too, because for the jump, I'm like, nah, man, like that's nah, like he there's no way that was the best choice. But then, like you just saying that, because like he knew, like, all right, if I don't handle it, like regardless of the outcome, people are going to die. Like a lot of people are going to die.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, he accomplished his mission of keeping everyone that he cared about safe.
Yeah. It's almost like it may be familiar to because remember, at the end of this, it brought peace to everyone. Like Earth, like just everybody could live in harmony finally. Oh well, actually, no, they were still mad on Paradise Island. The Jaegers, they were still mad. I forgot about that. But eventually, that enthusiasm died out from what we see. Like peace overall came about between just the world or whatever, because everybody had a common enemy. It reminds me of you ever see Watchmen, the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's sort of
Yes.
like Dr. Manhattan, where he realized what he had to do. He had to be the common enemy for like Earth to finally stop feuding with each other.
Mhm.
So it may be that I can be wrong. Maybe that I think that was part of his intention, his intentions. So we're like after this, that's why he wanted, because he wanted Armin and all of them to stop him. Like he said, I'm gonna keep going until you stop me. But I
Yeah.
want you to stop me. If you guys aren't going to stop me, I'm gonna keep going until you stop me. But he had to make it clear, like, yo, I'm the common enemy for everybody to hate.
Right. And he
So
straight up told them. He straight up told them. He was like, "Look, like you can kill me. It's okay.
yeah,
It's okay."
he wanted that. Like, yeah, he wanted that.
And that's like that's what I'm saying. Like it really does. Like you saying all of this, it definitely gives me a different perspective. And again, I'm probably like you too. I'm probably gonna go back and watch it. I know Rachel, my wife, she was like, yeah, she said I feel like I need to watch it again to like
It's
really
one of those. Yeah, it's
get
one of
the
those.
gist.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
fair.
it's definitely one of those. Yeah.
And it's definitely crazy. Like if I, at the end, they kind of show how history
I was just
repeats
about to say,
itself. You know,
comment on that. Yeah.
because like with the
Humanity is
Jaegerists,
constant.
you
Yep.
know, because like those like Jaegerists, like they pretty much like came up like the original Eldians were. You know, where they had this whole empire, which pretty
Yeah.
much made them hate them. You know. And it's like, even though that, you know, Titans weren't a thing anymore, war and conflict was always present. And it's like pretty
Mhm.
much history repeated. And then Parody got bombed. And it seemed like Parody was bombing other people. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone pretty much died in a sense, you know,
Yeah,
until like,
even
you
up
know,
to our day, you see the machinery, it,
mhm.
making certain advances and everything. Yeah, it
Yeah,
Mhm.
shows. Yeah,
nukes.
yeah. It showed that, like, yeah, just in that. Yeah, that was such good, because through all that, you just see the same tree where Aaron was buried beneath. You
Mhm.
just see all like just time lapsing or whatever. But it showed you that human nature is just will remain constant. You can't weed that out of humanity. That nature will always be there. There'll always
Right.
be reasons to find conflict within each other. But just what is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy though. Like Aaron took out 80% of the population, yo.
Like he
Yeah,
straight up
yeah, that is
Crazy.
crazy, yo. I don't even know. Like, I remember like what the first what. Yeah, I remember when he first, like when he was crying in front of that boy, like, man, I'm sorry, but you don't know what's coming for you. But I'm sorry, I have to do this. And because he
Mhm.
just helped that boy from getting bullied because the boy robbed. And then you just see like that same boy getting or I
Yeah.
think that, yeah, they showed the boy or at least his friend getting stopped. And it's like, put yourself there, like, there's nowhere to go. Either
yeah.
you
Yeah.
getting burnt alive from the steam, or there's 100 motherfuckers just there's no escape. And it's like, damn, if I had a gun, I remember I saw somebody shoot them with a gun, shoot themselves. I was like, yo, I probably would shoot myself. I can't, no, I'm not getting stepped on. Yeah,
Oh
that's
no, bro.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Look, well, I wouldn't say funny, but like I just kind of laugh because like Zeke, when oh man, who was Falco's brother?
What was his name? It
Marco's
was
brother.
wasn't Colt. No, it was what was it, Colt? I think it was Colt.
No, I'm not
You
sure,
mean the
but
boy, right? Falco, the boy, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Falco's
His brother?
yeah, because
no,
Falco's older brother, I think he was supposed to take Zeke's position. But there was the part where pretty much there was the whole uprising on Parody, where pretty much like Zeke turned a bunch of like our Eldian, friends like
Yeah,
into
they
like
they
Titans and
drink the
whatnot.
wine. Yeah, they
Yeah,
drink
the
the wine.
wine thing, and like
Yeah.
Falco drank the wine, and so like his brother was like
Oh,
saying to Zeke like, please don't
oh
do it, don't
no, you
scream.
yeah, you were right. Yeah, it
It was
is Colt.
Colt. That's
Like
what I thought.
Rachel just came through. She just came. She googled that.
Thanks for Amy.
No,
nice.
I,
Yeah, that's tough. Nice.
I remember, like when Colt was like, he was like, Zeke, like, please, like, don't do it, like he drank the spinal fluid, and Zeke just looked at him and he was like, sorry, and he just screamed. Just screamed. I was like, dude,
He drank the Kool-Aid. No.
yo, he did, man, and I was just like, bro,
And what's his name? That's when
uh,
Levi started going to. That's when
yo,
Levi started going to fuck off. He
Zeke,
started going off. Yeah,
he always,
he's one of my favorite. He's stoic too. He's another stoic character that I like.
he is,
Stoic.
he is.
Yeah.
It was on site with him, bro.
Black Air Force. Black
Yeah,
African.
Like, that and that's hard, man. Imagine your friends being turned into Titans right before you. And it's like, damn, I gotta kill you now. Like to
Yeah,
make
now
that switch.
yeah.
You make that switch.
And he understood, and I think that's why he was such in a high rank, and in the scouts, like he knew how to handle himself, and he was never afraid of Aaron too. Like it was so
Yeah.
funny. He
Yeah.
I don't think he feared anyone, to be honest with
Dude,
you.
when he like kicked Aaron's teeth in, like season 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's like, I don't care if you can turn into a Titan. You gonna respect me. Pretty much.
Yeah, and he knew he could take out Aaron. He knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got
right.
he,
Yeah. Yeah,
he
because he
went
was a
toe to
skilled.
toe.
Yeah,
He
skilled.
went toe to toe with Zeke and his Titan form, and he
Oh,
literally
he went in, yo. I remember he went like the Beast Titan too.
right, man.
Yeah.
Like
He
that's
went in.
it's,
That
It was funny
yeah.
because like Zeke was like, What is that? It's Levi. I gotta get out of here.
he was screaming, man. He said, man, Levi Ackerman, I knew they told me about you, but I didn't think you were.
Right. Yo, he lived up to his reputation
He
fully.
did. He
Yeah, that's
did.
definitely a favorite character.
'Cause He,
Probably
he
in anime history. Like, that's definitely a favorite character. Everybody knows Levi, man.
yeah, if you don't know Levi Ackerman, yeah, you missing out. You missing
Yeah.
out, man.
Everybody knows him. Just cool ass character.
No doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. But
Oh man. But yeah,
yeah,
Monte, one last question for you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So what are your goals for 2024?
All right. So right now, I would say a short term goal is I'm 100 away from 50,000 on Instagram. I'll probably get that this week. And I'm 1,000 from. It's funny. I just reached 9,000 today on YouTube. I'm 1,000 away from YouTube to reach 10,000. So after that, I'm gonna do like a live stream. Like I'm trying to think what I want to do. I was talking to the chat today, and like I don't know, I might pop champagne or something. For me, that's a goal. Like that's a goal for me.
Yeah, man.
absolutely.
Overall, I want to get hired by Anime Studio to make at least one song for a soundtrack or like an
Dude,
opening, something.
That would be hype.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
like I'm going to make that. I'm going to achieve that goal.
Let's go.
And then move to Japan and live there.
All right.
Yeah, move to Japan and live there. That's definitely a goal of mine. Yeah. So yeah, short term, 50,000, 10,000 on YouTube. And then long term, make a song for an anime studio and then eventually live in Japan. Yeah.
Word, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's funny because I remember when I started when I made this new Spotify, I remember a month within making it, I was like, all right, my goal is to reach 10,000 monthly listeners. And I remember I gave myself 30 days and I kind of made it flippantly, but I told somebody to hold myself accountable to it.
Mhm.
And like it's really crazy how like if you just stay consistent, it's almost like life really does test you because I remember like, oh man, I'm far. I don't think I'm gonna make. I remember the last 2 weeks I had to reach that goal. I'm like, oh shit is moving so slow. But I remember like one of my songs just. I remember like it's the universe is crazy. I don't know. One of my songs got like 70,000 streams overnight, and I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
That's wild.
But I told myself I didn't let up not once. I'm a stick to this daily schedule of mine. Release a song, release a new edit. And I stuck to it. And on the very last day, I reached 10,000 monthly listeners. I was like, what? That's it kind of blew my mind how like I just stuck to it. And it's almost like life was testing me purposefully. Like, we're going to make this, we're going to test you, like your willingness to keep on this consistent basis. But so I'm telling y'all, to get hired by Anime Studio to make at least one song for Anime Studio. Yeah.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Like I want if you it would be dope to see, like, I don't know, just with the artistic style of like Afro Samurai, like you just
Oh
making a
yeah.
battle like a
Oh
like
man, I would love that.
oh that,
I would love
man,
that. That would be even dope if I even teamed up with like RZA to make something. What
right,
man, that would
Oh,
be dope, man.
right.
for sure.
Man, you know what's a dream collab of mine? I mean, it'll never come into fruition. If y'all know who New Job is? He helped worked on the Samurai Champloo soundtrack.
I haven't
Basically, he
heard of
made the
him.
Yeah, I don't
he
think so.
made
Yeah.
he's a producer. He made basically the opening for Samurai Champloo, Battle Cry. He made the opening. He
Oh,
made a lot of the music for Samurai Champloo.
Need some heat.
That's a dream collab I would have loved to. I recently watched a documentary on him, but he passed away back in like '06 or 2010, I think. That
oh
would have been
man.
a dream collab. Yeah. Now I remember he used to work at a record store, and one of the first records he remixed was Nas "One Love," and he
And
put that in the Nas section, and he had people in Japan listening to it, and nobody knew who he was, but yeah,
Mhm.
I was like, yeah. Anyway, that's just a side note,
but you know what though? Like with RZA, why not? No,
oh
why?
man,
There's no reason why you couldn't though, man. I mean, like your work ethic, you I feel like you give me the vibe that you're one of those people where it's like, all right, if this person's saying no, I'm gonna keep knocking on doors until someone says yes. Like
yeah,
that's the vibe that I get from you, man. And you just keep sticking with that. Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't.
yeah.
Facts, man.
Yeah, what do they say? Faith plus works. Yeah, God
Yeah,
believes, but you got
man.
to still put that work in.
Yeah, you have to put that
Yeah,
work in. And
Mhm.
yeah, like, and again, you telling us about the story with the Spotify listeners and the monthly listeners. That's I'm sure there were days where you were like, man, I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know.
because it was so, yeah, because I remember like I would leave a comment in every post that I did saying, "Listen to my song on Spotify, this song titled," and I remember like my views started going down. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what? Like,
Mhm.
do they not like me promoting a different? And I had a hint, I had a like a intuition, like maybe they're limiting my reach because I'm telling people to go to a different platform. I was like, no, it's not like they don't got like that type of technology, do they? Where they say they see Spotify consistently in every comment or for every post. And I remember watching a podcast, and
Mhm.
one of the music artists told me, I mean, not told me, he said in the podcast, they know when you do that. Like they set up they can scan your comments. Like they even know in the video if like say if you having a video song out now in the video, they can
Mhm.
scan and no limit your reach because they want people to stay on the platform.
That's
So
wild.
I remember when I stopped doing that, my views went right back up. I'm like, okay, all right.
That's
All right.
wild, man.
My
I don't
God.
yeah, it's weird. So I want people to hear my go to my music because a lot of people still don't even know I have a Spotify. They don't know that these songs are real songs.
Right.
But I can't promote it at the same time. I gotta wait for somebody to ask me or DM me. And I'm like, yeah, or maybe they'll see like the Spotify edit highlight in my profile. But yeah. But
But
Man,
that's crazy though,
that's
right?
wild.
yeah.
Dang.
They will not let you diversify, bro. It's like
Yeah, they want you to
us and
stay on
only
their
us.
platform. They want you to stay on their but as soon as I stopped doing that, my views got back to where they were and even more. So I was like, okay, but whatever.
But at least you figure that out though, man. Like
Yeah, I'm
you
glad. Yeah, it was an intuition, but I'm glad it got confirmed by listening to that podcast because that guy was like, even like song out now, they don't like you put in the Spotify logo in the video. Like, yeah, that's what he said. He was like, yeah,
Man,
they can tell, they can scan it. Like
that's petty.
the algorithm picks up on that.
That's so petty.
Yeah. It
That's
is
so
what it is, man. It is. Yeah, it is like he rolled the punches. It is what it is. You can't. Like
nah,
what he said, what Spike say, whatever happens, happens. You can
that's
only
right.
control what's in front of you. You can only control your actions, what you do.
Right. That
mhm.
see
There
that
you go.
that,
That just
that right
summarizes everything right there.
that right there. Like guys,
Yeah.
I know I told you this before we started, man, but I really appreciate you coming on here and chopping it up with us, man. Because this was awesome. I was really excited to get this interview, man, and I'm I'm a big fan of the music. Like ever since like day one, I listened to you back during the summer, and
Oh, damn, that's what's up. Damn.
yeah, bro. Like I was so I was out on my runs, because we just had my daughter, my second daughter. She
And congratulations, man.
yeah,
That's what's
thanks,
up.
bro.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. She there was mornings where I was I was awake. She fell back asleep. My wife was asleep. My other daughter was sleeping. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a run. And I would put on your music, and it would just keep me in a good pace. It wasn't so fast where like I'm like, you know?
Yo, that's dope. That is dope. That's
So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you say that. That's exactly my intentions with the music that I create. I almost like when people put my music on, they can press play or press shuffle and just let the music play with all
yeah,
my songs. Sort of like a lo-fi playlist on YouTube. You just press play and it's the same GIF, same, girl at
exactly.
the computer, but you just hear
Mhm.
different music, but it's that same consistent tone,
Yeah,
so it'd be like
Yeah,
background music or something.
keep going.
helps you
Keep
focus,
keep
stuff like that.
going.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely will, man. Definitely will. You heard it here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Monte, thank you for joining us, man. And yeah, guys, if you are not yet, you made it to this far in the episode, make sure again, following the podcast. Make sure you guys are leaving ratings. Give us, if you're enjoying this content, give us 5 stars, guys, and help us keep growing. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let Isaac. You're gonna leave us off with any words.
Yeah. Again, I just want to say thank you to Monte, and just for, yeah, guys, like, continue to like the podcast, follow the podcast, and also keep an eye out for Monte's music and go follow him on all of his platforms.
Yep.
Support him, show him some love, help him reach these goals this year. Just continue to show love, guys.
Yeah, and Monte, where can people find you at, man?
Yeah, Monte Music 90 on every platform. That's my Spotify, Instagram, YouTube. And yeah, definitely look forward to keep producing content for everybody who chooses to listen and engage with it. And yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all having me, even considering this interview in the first place. Definitely means a lot. I don't take it for granted. So yeah, man, much appreciated.
Hey, that's love, man. We appreciate you, bro. And yeah, guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Peace.